Hello, welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? Hope you are all good. You join me today in our first race of 3 this weekend for our 3 F1 tiers. At the new Las Vegas track. As you can see, drivers, some of them have already put a few laps in. Apologies for the little bit of delay with starting the stream up. But we are good to go at the moment. Just making sure everything is working according to plan, which it looks like it is. Which is good. So yeah, let me know in chat if there's anyone who you're really rooted for today. Vegas, a very tough track. We're going to watch Tom on a lap as we watch on from a broadcast. Perfect. Let's see what time Tom can do. Still in the first sector, 2 tenths up. So at the moment he would be on provisional pole. Sky Manolo in the Ferrari going up to 4th. But we're watching on with Tom as he hopes to continue and finish his lap. This circuit, one that's going to be very difficult for the drivers. Of course, they haven't had last year's game to get used to it. But Tom is 4 tenths up in the Williams. We've got 5 minutes left to go in this section. What time can he get as he comes through sector 3 now and onto this long straight which curves into the start-finish straight? What time is he going to be able to set as he comes to cross the line? And as we expected, that is provisional pole for Tom, but everyone will have one more lap in it, most likely. So that was Sky Manolo, who will probably come into the pits, I'd imagine. Let's have a look. Tom may be on a lap. Let's watch on for him as he comes through sector 2 now, just finishing it up. He'll be on a prep lap, so that's 2 tenths down, 2 seconds down rather. So all the drivers now will be trying to conserve their tyres for one final run, or will be coming out shortly. And yeah, Tom has come into the pits. Like Gollum is coming out for an outlap, as is Throwing Globe. We'll keep a watch on Light Golem, as he'll be the one who starts the lap first with Throne close behind. So we will see who will be able to prevail and who will be able to snatch pole off of Tom. I think Sleek will still have a little bit more in the tank. But let me give you a quick rundown on the championship, as we got a little bit of a dull before everyone will start to get their final flying laps in. We got Sleek in the lead, 50 points ahead of Runnard, who's in P2 in the Alfa Romeo. Then we've got Artie on 48 points, followed by Dembele, who is not racing today. Then we've got Cornell in the McLaren, who also can't race today. We've got Fafone, Balaz, Spenny, Phoenix, Jacob, and Prodigy rounds out P11. And then we got further drivers down. But Sleek has got quite big lead from everyone else. So we'll see whether he'll be able to extend his advantage tonight, or whether Runnard will be able to kind of catch him unlucky and grab some of the scraps. But we are around 5. Let's have a watch of Like Golem's lap as he starts it. He will incur a little bit of traffic with the cars who've just come out of the pits. We're going to watch on board. That looks to be a pretty tidy first few corners. If you go on now, you can really see the traffic, but luckily the drivers are getting out of the way of the Mercedes. We come now through the little chicane before we go onto the left-hander onto the little bit of a straight. Let's be pretty good. It's quite easy to lose the back end there. But that is purple sector 1, of course, because this is his only lap. He's left some margin to be able to go again if he so needs to. But that looks to be pretty clean from the Mercedes driver. He comes through now to finish off Sector 2 and go on to Sector 3 in a few seconds' time. I think that's a McLaren slang up further back. Potentially. But, like Golem, let's see what time he'll be able to get, as those were the last 2 corners he really had to negotiate before just going onto the straight and carrying it home to the start-finish straight. Let's see what time he will be able to put on the board. He'll get himself up to 9th. That is pretty good going. And that is throwing Globe back in the pit. So that's his day done. We won't be able to get any improvements on that. Let's have a look at, I think, yeah, those drivers will be on outlaps. So Silent will be the next one to get a lap done. Will he be able to promote his position from 13th as it currently stands on the grid? We'll have to find out as we watch on broadcast now. That is purple set to 1, 4 tenths up. So there's so much time these drivers are finding. Silent must have had a little bit of a mistake then, because that's 3 tenths up on his original time. That's the fastest first sector of anyone. These times may start to tumble down as the track evolution will get better and better. But Tom and Throne's times are locked in, so can anyone make them fall down the order? So we continue to watch Silent on that final chicane before the left-hander all the way up to now the start-finish straight. Watch time will Silent be able to achieve. Come across the line, and that's up to P9. That's a good effort. The next one will be the AlphaTauri Pakistan up to 9th. And then we have got the other AlphaTauri invalidated. Let's go to Felix, who goes 2 tenths quicker up to P3. The next one's across the line. That was the guy who invalidated. Then we got Teo, slightly up. Or Phalo, rather. Just a slight improvement. Next will be that Mercedes, which I probably can't get to in time. Not Mercedes. That's Artie, I think. Yeah, it was Artie up to P2. That's a good effort. And Sleek invalidated. It's only chance to have a bit of clean air to get that, and that is thwarted. He was 4 tenths up, so that would have done it, but he just had to invalidate. That is unfortunate. So that is it, I think, yeah, because like Golem's coming into the pits. And that will be your qualifying. Somebody we thought Sleek would be right up there fighting for pole, but invalidated. Look at that gap, 400ths from Tom to Runnard. And that top 3 separated by only a 10th, so really close margins here for the top 3 guys. Then we've got Sleek, who's in P4. Surely will make some gains off that. Then we've got Phalo, Phoenix, Sky Manolo. That's a pretty good lap. Then followed by Tom, Pakafan, Silent, Light Golem, Throne Globe, and George Tav finishing it out. Now we'll be having a 35% race for this one as we are under 15 drivers. So all the action will be happening for 16 laps, I believe. But I will catch you when we get going. Oh, I just realised my mic was muted. Missed the action. Tom leads from the start, followed by Runnard, who's close up. Sleek has gained a few positions, and that was Guy Manolo's fallen back a lot, and some contact caused Tom 5 second penalty for gaining a position on Artie, who's fallen way back in P7. So that will be annoying for Tom post-race, and Silent must have been caught up on that turn, I think it was turn 1-2 instant, as he's 7 seconds back from the rest of the field. And Phoenix has fallen back a lot as well from, I think he was around P4. What's happened with Tom? Tom's fallen way back, must have gone a bit wide coming out of that left-hander, and that's him all the way down to P12, so it must have some damage on top of that as well. So your leader has been demoted, as we see here. Three-way battle to take the lead of the race. Rudder currently holds it, but that was close stuff. As we come down now to finish the first lap. That was quite crazy. Taya's going to have a look down here. Phalo, is he going to try and stick it down the inside? He is. But with that traction on the outside, Runnard has kept that position. But that speed from Phalo coming out of that corner, is he going to be able to get it? They're so close together, goes side by side, and that, I think, would take the position off of Runnard. And Phalo is going to just about keep it and now take the lead of this race. That was some cracking racing from the Ferrari team principal. And that was a pretty good move. And now these straights can be quite deadly, especially if you're within the slipstream of the cars behind you, can really close up. So I think we'll be seeing a lot of that from the drivers. As we continue to watch Phalo, let me just get some data for you. Phalo on the hard tyres should be a little bit worse than Sleek on the mediums. Sleek gonna try and go round to switch to the outside. Phalo doing well to cover it off as Sleek's gonna try and cut down the inside. Late braking, Phalo gonna try and hold it down through the chicane. That is cemented for the moment. But there's so many cars altogether. Light Golem gaining places as we watch further up, and Light Golem has just got down the inside of all of them to take the lead of this race. Tom's even getting in the mix. 2 Red Bulls, 4th and 5th currently as DRS is enabled. So much action going on in only 3 laps of this race. Phalo is going to try and get down his side, but with this DRS train, Light may have just taken it at the right moment. Runner tried to let down the inside, but Light had a better exit coming out of those corners. Baranad, let's see what he'll be able to do as we come down now. Just finishing off Sector 1. Currently trailing Light Golem. This final sector seems to be really good for overtaking for these Tier 1 drivers. Really going for it. As you call now, that was a little bit of a squirm out of that exit from Light Golem. And now Runner's going all down the back of him. As we come down now, he's going to go down the inside. That is a really clean move. Light Golem losing so many places without the DRS. Phalo's gone past, Sleek's gone past. And Phalo's going to take it down the inside and take the lead of the race. Retaking it for himself. Wow, what a race that was. The final few sequence of corners really promoting racing. As we come down now, Sector 1 again. This next straight with DRS in Sector 1 is going to be tough for Phalo to try and hold the other guys off. Runner only 2/10 back from Phalo as we come down now. He's going to go and cut down the inside, surely. That is a really easy move for Runner with the DRS, with the slipstream, probably using a bit of ERS as well. And that is a position gain. You can see how much more ERS Runner has to Phalo, so that will be beneficial to know for the rest of the race, as Runner hopefully will now be able to hold it a little bit more from the other drivers behind who will have the slipstream. So I think he's played his cards right here. So you come down now to round out, well, halfway through Sector 2, I'd say. Come down now to straight. This is where the DRS will be active, and this is where Runnard will be using the ERS. But it looks like Phalo will be able to sweep around it. 1/10 is the gap. And that looks to be a pretty easy pass for both Phalo and Sleek. This runner now goes up to P3. But the gap's only a 10th, so he may be able to close it back up down the inside. And Tom sets the fastest lap. Runner goes 3/10 quicker, so you can really see how alive the track is becoming as there are passes left, right and centre. So yellow flag is set to 1. I think that is, yes, Guy Manolo, who has gone off and hit the wall a little bit on that exit. But Phalo still leads as we round out Sector 1 in a second. Tom sets the fastest lap, so with that clean air really showing some pace as he's already made his stop. Let's have a look at the stops that people have made. Only the back two, so Pakafan and Tom have made a pit stop. Maybe going for that super undercut from the rest of the drivers. Ruddard is going to try and look for a move. He's got so much pace. He's just trying to utilise that medium tyre of Phalo, who will be going longer than those guys further back. The Phalo now coming through will be under threat from the DRS, and that is a pretty easy pass for Runner. The DRS so powerful on this track, as Sleek would also be able to get past. Nice, pretty clean overtake from those two cars. And like the person who's leading the race just loses like 2 places on the straights. But what's happened here? Like Gollum falling down places, must have spun or hit the wall or something, because you can see a little bit of ghosting there. As some drivers will be taking advantage of that. But Artie's gone a little bit under the radar after qualifying, down in P5 in the Aston Martin. Now George is going to be closing up. We're going to keep watching on this battle out at the front. Runnard will be under threat by Sleek and Phalo. Let's have a look at the ERS. This time Runnard a little bit lower than the other 2 behind. But Phalo looks like he's trying to attack a little bit, try and close up. But Sleek, look at that 87% ERS. And that's only increasing as we're about to start the DRS a bit now. And even without the DRS, Sleek's making a look. And he's got past even without the DRS. So he's going to try and fly away a little bit. Got the overtake with the ERS, and now with the DRS, they're just able to fly away. Phalo a little bit too far back to capitalise on the DRS. As you see, George doing exactly the same thing, getting past Artie further back in P5. We're a few laps away from half lap, or half distance. Let's have a look at the positions. Sleek gaining 3 positions, Phalo gaining 2, Tom gaining 4. There looks to be a little bit of a battle. There's a yellow flag is set to 3, and that's the Haas, I believe. Yeah, the Haas has gone off, and that's silent. So that is very unfortunate. Tom gaining 10 positions from his qualifying on pole. His race has gone downhill. But Sleek now, we know how quick of a driver he is. Will he just be able to extend that gap? The gap's 7/10 from Runnard, just showing how much pace that Red Bull really has in real life and both on equal performance with how well Sleek is driving it. The gap's gone out to over a second at some parts of the track, so really, like, Sleek could be able to break the DRS. As it looks like he has. Yeah, he has done going on to this. So, Sleek may be able to run away. Of course, the slipstream will be very powerful down here, but not as powerful as the DRS. And Sleek has gained another position. And probably another win. Artie Moreno getting past. As well as Phoenix getting past Throwing Globe. We're having a few little battles up and down the field. I think Sleek would have cemented the win now, as long as he can get strategy right. Of course, all drivers still have to pit, as you can see Throwing Globe in the McLaren pitting further back now. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out relative to Tom and Pakafan and the other guys who have pit. Now the first bit of DRS has gone, and Phalo is not making any inroads on Runnard at the moment as we speak. Maybe it's him trying to conserve the tyres a little bit more. Of course, the hard tyres, he'll be going longer than the other guys, and we'll have the quicker tyres at the end. So maybe that's his strategy, hold in the DRS, keep the tyres alive, while the other drivers will be burning out their mediums. Pit later, get the overcut, be on the quicker tyres. I think that will probably be the strategy. But with the DRS now, can Phalo get it? Like you can already see, 4 tenths down on his time, so he may be just doing that, conserving the tyres. Felo, even with the DRS, just can't close up close enough to try and pass Runnard. But with a slipstream here, will he be able to do it? He has a little bit of a look down the inside, but thinks better of it. But that's a great exit of that corner. Is not going to be able to do it. He has the pit limiter on, so he will be coming in as his Runnard. Sleek at the moment is not thinking of boxing. We have a yellow flag at sector 2, that's the Haas Silent, who's not having a great day. But Felo with the DRS, is he going to go down the inside? He is, and that is a clean move from the Ferrari driver. A little bit of lag on my side there. And is he going to be able to hold Runnard back? He's got 56% ERS, which is more than Runnard, so hopefully be able to hold it off. Of course, he won't know what the other drivers' ERS levels are on. So you can see him using it here to just try and pull a little bit away from Runnard. As we are half distance in this Las Vegas race, the first Las Vegas GP for Par. Silent has DNF'd in the pit lane, so that's his race over. Kind of, I guess, just gave up. This track is very difficult for all the drivers to negotiate these quick corners. But even with DRS, Runnard could not get closer to overtake Felo. Wow, what a slide that was! Amazing to save that from the wall. That was close. But Runnard has continued, well, overtaken up to P2, and Felo has left. Let me quickly re-invite him. So give me 2 seconds. Perfect. Like Gollum is also pit, so you can see, like, Throne Globe pit, he's come out ahead of Tom. But Pakafan, who pit as well, is up in P7, so there are gains for the drivers who have pitted, both before and after the drivers trying to get the overcut or undercut. So you see Throne Globe there, getting a lovely move on Pakafan. All the drivers have their pit limiter on, so the drivers will be wanting to make pit stops soon. To watch George Tav here coming through, looking on the cockpit or TV cam mode. He follows on through these lovely sequence of corners. Just before going on to the straight. Further up, that's RT and Tom. RT getting past. We're going to have a look and see if George, the gap's 5/10, and that is a ballsy move from Tom, who gets up with the power of the GRS. Look at the straight line speed of that Williams, kind of similar to real life. And he's got past. Let's have a look. We got a few drivers pitting. Phoenix Tom, Velo's come in, Runnard and Sleek, who's on the softs. RT yet to stop. You can see all the drivers who pit earlier. Well, also Tom's lost out from double stacking. You can see all the drivers who pit before have just completely jumped Tom. So that's actually not worked out for him. He probably should have just stayed a lap longer. Let's have a look at the, you can see all the drivers have stopped apart from RT. Let's have a look at the tyres everyone is on. Oh, I was on the wrong thing. That's a lovely move from Night Golem. Taking the advantage of having those tyres up to temperature, and that is up to P10 for the Mercedes driver. So as you can see, most drivers are on the hards, apart from 4 drivers on the mediums. And 3 drivers opting for the softs, thinking they will go the distance, which they should do.
further up, you see George Tav, who's overtaken Tom. But is Tom going to do the same move that he was able to do last lap, using all the slipstream? Is he going to dive down the inside? He is. Into the chicane, still leaving room for George, but as he's made the move done, RT now into the pits, and he's going to fall back a little bit. I can't remember where he was when all the other guys pit. But he'll be towards the back of the field. Thrown Globe from pitting early. Look at him up in P5. That's a great undercut. Same as Pakafan Tom, whose race was ruined after the first few laps. The Thrown Globe showing real pace on that hard tyre. Currently, the gap 7/10 to Pakafan up front, but remember he has a penalty. Let me switch on the penalties for you. We have 5 seconds for Pakafan. The 5 second that Tom would have removed from that, gaining a place on RT on the start, I believe. But he's now got only 3 seconds, same as George. Those are going to stay for the remainder of the race, so track limits don't seem too bad on this track. Velo, though, showing pace, closing up to Runnard with the DRS. Is he going to be close enough to make a move? I don't think he will on this lap, but really showing that on the mediums he's got some real pace against the softs, which will probably wear off a little bit earlier. Pakafan really closing up. That was wide though out of that corner. But he was really up close the back of Thrown Globe, who's made that position, which I missed. And also Pakafan is going to lose another position here to Tom, who has got past. That was a nice move. Pakafan just losing a bit. The time penalty now 8 seconds, which would have been track limits, I believe. But Phalo, the gap is 3/10. I think that would have been after the DRS from that. He'll have some helping of DRS soon. He's really just trying to stick with Runnard further up. I think he may be having some connectivity issues. We're trying to use the ERS and the slipstream to just keep with him, so that with the DRS he can really capitalise and overtake. The gap's only a 10th, or 2/10 a 10th. As we come through now, this is where the DRS will be in a second. As we watch what he's going to take it round down the inside. It's pretty clean with the DRS, and that promotes him up to P2. It's a pretty good move from the Ferrari driver. Further back, George Tav losing a position to Phoenix. To think he was fighting with Tom a few laps ago, and look how much higher Tom has been able to climb. But got past, and that's like Gollum, who was close to Tom. At the moment we'll take him due to the penalties, but he was right up close. Let's look further up at the battles up ahead. Notably this battle with Tom, who's only 5/10 back from Throw Globe. Excuse me. We come down now onto where the DRS is. I think he's going to be a little bit too far back to make a lunge. Now Tom's in a tricky position because he's wanting to fight forward with Thrown Globe, but also got to cover off Pakafan, who is further back. So you really have to bear that in mind as a driver. As we watch on now, Tom just really showing that he has got some pace in that Williams car and wanting to get up to P4. Like even there, taking a little bit of a different line to Thrown Globe just to try and unsettle it. As you see a little bit further back, that's RT getting past Pakafan. So the drivers who did pit early are really feeling it now with tyre wear. And also, what's happened with Throne Globe, without the DRS at Sector 3, he's got all the way from P4, all the way down to P7, and Archie's got past Tom up to P4. So there's a lot of moves happening in that final sector, as we have 3 laps to go, I believe, as they all come across the final corner. Runners gap to Phalo's 6/10. There's a battle here though, Phoenix and Pakistan. Phoenix going round the outside. It's a lovely move from the Williams driver, who promotes himself up to P6. Now you want to be ahead of the bunch from P4, like literally the second to last, like penultimate lap. You won't want to be on the final lap, because you'll just get swamped by all the other drivers. And that is Throne Globe falling even another position. And Throne Globe must have got maybe a little bit of damage from being overtaken and stuff on the lap prior, because he's dropped all the way from P4 all the way down to P9, so that is not great from the reserve driver. But Vegas, a very tricky track. Further up, Phoenix going rapid at the moment, taking the use of that DRS, getting past Tom, and that is also George Tav getting past Throne Globe as he goes right into the wall and takes his wing off. That is unfortunate for him, who will have to stop to get the wing changed, and he will filter all the way down to the back most likely. The yellow flag will be him, I believe. So that rules him out of the equation. Now watching on TV tripod of Runnard, who's still staring at the back of that Ferrari rear wing. We can really show that that medium, now that it's been out for a few laps, really having the legs on Runnard softs. What's happened with Tom? Tom has retired in Sector 1. I think that's turn 4, turn 5, I believe. Just coming out the exit of that DRS straight, maybe just gone into the wall. That is really unfortunate for Tom. And that's just, there's a little bit of runoff there, so must have just been carrying so much speed in. But that is his day over. Only 2 laps from the finish, so that is unfortunate. As we start the penultimate lap, and we're still trying to concentrate on that battle up for P2 and P4. But Pacafan's only 3/10 back from his teammate George Tav, and he's coming in for a stop. I think that's probably, he's thinking, I've got 8 seconds of penalties, let's get 5 of them removed, let's get some softs on and try for the fastest lap. So he wouldn't have gained any more positions from staying out because of his penalty, and Lightgollum was rapid as well. So I think that's smart from Pakafan, really assessing the situation that he is in. But let's watch on with Runnard in this battle with Phalo. So we come down now to where the DRS will be, and as you can see, Runnard is about to activate it. As he does, the gap, which was 3/10, is now 6/10, as slowly decreasing as Runnard gets that slipstream and the DRS, probably a bit of ERS as well. Is he going to try and dive down the inside? He's going side by side. He's going to dive down the inside. What a lovely move from Runnard in the Alfa Romeo. That is a great move. But Phalo's going to get him right back again with the switchback coming in down the inside, really having pace on that exit. And Phalo's gonna keep that position. P2, the gap is so close between these two drivers. So as we are on to the final lap of this race. The runner only 4/10 back with DRS. He's going to be able to make a move. He's so close to the back of that Ferrari. Is he going to go down the inside? Let's have a look. He's just not close enough. It's the same story going to happen with Phoenix and Artie. The Aston Martin cutting down the his side, really aggressively try and cover him off, which he has done. We got a yellow flag in sector 1. Further back, that's a big slide from Phoenix, but he gets past Artie. It's a very nice move. But Sleek is far up front. Right, this is the main battle we're going to focus on. Final lap of this race, running 4/10 back from Phalo. He's going to have the DRS open. The Alfa Romeo is going to try get the slipstream, get the DRS. Is he going to be an easy take? All the drivers will be using all of the ERS. And Runnard is going to go down the inside. Lovely move. Is Phalo going to be able to do what he did the previous lap? As they come through this section now, he's so close. He's got so much, well, little ERS to Runnard. And I don't think he'll be able to do it in this one. As Sleek comes across the line to win the race. Runnard comes P2 and Phalo comes P3. Phoenix covers off RT to come home in P4 for Alpine. Some big points for the team. And RT will come across P5 just holding off Tom 1/10 in the Williams. George comes home to finish P7 from Light Golem. Then it's Pakafan will be next. Once again, that pit stop. Will he get fastest lap? Let's have a look. As he comes on with the fresh tyres. Will he do it? He comes across the final corner. And he does, I think, 1 second quicker. Let's have a look. Next cross the line will be Throne Globe. The fastest lap still belongs to Sleek. So Pakafan still 7/10, I think it is. Yeah, 7/10 off. That is crazy. Look how much pace Sleek had out front. With Throne Globe across this line, P10 and Sky Manolo. And the Ferrari will be P11. Sleek Mover is your EA F123 driver of the day, but which driver will you guys choose in the server? Who will you vote for as driver of the day? That's a very dark stage. You can't even see the drivers on the podium. Or just about. Can't even really see the acceleration. As we see him spraying the champagne on one of his engineers. This Red Bull driver, so dominant. But look at that three-way battle that we had. And all the way down to the wire, really. So, Sleek is your winner from Runnard, and Phalo rounds out the podium. Phoenix had a really good race from RT, Tom, George. Light, Pakafan, Throne Globe runs out the top 10, and Sky Manolo in P11 with 2 DNFs of Tom and Silent. For the first Las Vegas Grand Prix in part, and I hope you join us tomorrow for the Tier 2 race, which will also be in Las Vegas. Hopefully you join us there. But from me and from the team, we hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully see you tomorrow for the Tier 2 race at Las Vegas. See you then.